Are you wondering how you're going to pay off all those bills piled up on your table? Well, I'm going to teach you how, so stick around to learn something new today. Hey, what's up guys? I'm Brady Nichol and this is the Game of Life. And on this channel you're going to hear tips and tricks on how to save money, how to get out of debt, and for the entrepreneur, how to grow your business and become a successful business leader. So if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing, and if you like what we're doing, go ahead and hit the thumbs up, and after you do that, leave a comment below so I can connect with you guys in the comments. So how do we get out of debt? That's the big question, right? Well, first we need to understand what's the point. Why do we need to get out of debt? And it sounds like common sense, but really, common sense is far and in between. People love to get what they have, to get what they want now, and make payments on it instead of paying cash for it and owning it. The fastest path to building wealth is getting out of debt, and that means not giving your income to everybody else. Because when you pay them, you're not paying you. You're not paying yourself. And so you lose the opportunity to invest wisely and make smart decisions. And just think of all the things that you could do if you didn't have a payment in the world. All of that income is going straight into your pocket instead of the lender's vault. The Bible says in Proverbs 22:7 that the rich rule over the poor and the borrower is slave to the lender. So when you take out loans, what you're saying is, I want to be slave to the bank. I used to be this person. I took about 4 loans in 2 months for about $46,000. And I thought I could borrow my way to wealth. I thought I could outsmart my stupidity. But it doesn't work that way. So here are the steps to getting out of debt, paying it off as fast as possible. The first step to getting out of debt is making the decision to quit buying stuff with debt. You have to realize that you can't borrow your way out of debt. And, if you've made this decision, you don't need a credit score anymore. So many people think that, the credit score is the way that life is ran. FICO owns all. And so, if you don't have a good credit score, you can't do what you want to do. That's not true. That's the great lie that Americans have been deceived on, is that you have to have a good credit score. You don't even need a credit score. And especially if you've made the decision to quit borrowing money. And you can buy a house with 0 credit. With companies like Churchill Mortgage and other companies that do manual underwriting, but you have to close every line of credit and have all accounts closed out for 6 months at least. So number 2 is getting an emergency fund. After you finish watching this video, go ahead and check out my How to Save $1,000 Fast and learn ways that you can get this emergency fund saved up. We recommend $1,000, and no, it's not enough. It is not enough for major emergencies, but it's a safety cushion that while you're working your way out of debt, if something goes wrong, if your AC breaks or if your car breaks down, you have a pad that you can go ahead and take care of it while you're getting out of debt. And so if something like that happens, after you get your $1,000 emergency fund, if something like that happens, you stop your debt process. You stop paying extra on things, and you stop everything else. And rebuild your emergency fund up to your $1,000, and then you continue on. So get $1,000 in the bank as fast as possible, and do not touch it. This isn't your fun money. This isn't your I need a new couch fun money. This is for emergencies only. Number 3, get on a written budget. That is so important, and that is probably the key thing to changing your life, to flipping your script, is to get on a budget. And a lot of people say that they're on a budget. Well, I keep my expenses tight. I know what I'm spending. I don't believe that. I don't buy that, because you would not be in the situation that you're in today if you'd been living on a plan. And so you have to be on a plan, on paper, where you know where your money is going. And so I don't mean writing one out and going to do whatever you want to do with your money. I mean actually following your budget. So we use a zero-based budget, and that means that every dollar has a name and it has an assignment, and you know where it's going. You're telling your money what to do, and what you're doing is making your money behave. And so now that you're in control of your money, you can give it a place for each specific item in your budget. And so that makes it a lot easier to keep track of what you're spending money on. And so go watch my video on how to make a budget, and learn the steps to do that, because you're going to need all these tools in this process. This isn't just about getting out of debt. This is about a lifestyle change. So to make a change in your life, you have to have a new set of beliefs, a new idea system that you follow, and put everything else in the past. You know, we're done with childish games. We're on track. We're on a plan, and we are focused. Number 4 is we're rolling our debt downhill. And so this is where all the fun stuff happens. This is where it gets crazy, and you know, you start knocking things off one after the other, one after the other, and it just keeps going. And you actually get to see the numbers drop. So now that you have your emergency fund in place, and you can take care of small problems while you're in the process of getting out of debt, and you're on a written budget, and you've changed your mindset towards money, and you're on a plan that you're going to follow month to month for the rest of your life, now you can start getting out of debt. Now you can put this process into place. You're going to list all of your debts, smallest to largest. You're going to list all of your debts, smallest to largest, and then write the totals beside them. And we're going to pay minimum payments on everything but the smallest one. And so let's stop and talk about that for a second. You know, if I have a four-wheeler that I owe $4,000 on, and then I have a car that I owe $16,000 on, and then I have student loans that are $30,000+. Okay, so let's just take those three and look at those. The four-wheeler goes first because it's the smallest one, and then the car, and then the student loans. That's the order that we're going to pay them off. And now so we're going to pay our monthly payments on each item the whole time. And we're going to keep paying on those as we go. But the first one, the four-wheeler, let's look at that. You're going to pay extra. Everything extra that you can pay for on that item, you're going to pay for, and you're going to knock it out as fast as possible. Get after it. Work. You know, pick up side jobs. Pick up any extra income. Sell things. Sell everything that you can, and get some extra money in and pay for it. Get it knocked out. And that's going to give you a sense of traction, and it's going to get a flow going. And it's just going to excite the heck out of you. You're going to get so pumped you paid something off, and you realize that this plan is working. And so now the flow is going. Now we're to the car, the $16,000. We take what we were paying originally, the minimum payment, and then we add what we were paying on the four-wheeler, and plus the extra to that payment. And so now we're paying much more than our minimum payment. I mean, we're still paying minimum on the student loans, but we're paying a lot extra on the car. And so after that, after we pay the car off, we jump to the student loans. And now we're paying not only the four-wheeler payment extra and the extra that we were putting on the four-wheeler payment, but we're adding what we were paying on the car to that loan. And so it creates a snowball effect that everything rolls downhill, and it picks up more snow, and as it goes it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it will get you out of debt so fast. This is the fastest way to get out of debt. This is how I've done it. This is how I've done it, and it works. I cannot tell you this enough. It works. You just have to do it. You have to get on this plan and knock it out. And so, you know, one thing I should say about that is it doesn't matter about the interest payments. Don't think about the interest when you're doing this. It's the total payoff amount. What is the highest payoff? What is the smallest payoff? And put them in that order, smallest to largest, down the list. And so, you know, some people it's going to take longer than others. Some people it's going to take not as long, but the average family pays off their debt in 18 to 24 months. And so that can be you. That can be you today. You just have to start on a plan and get after it. So getting out of debt, it's hard work and it's not easy, but it's going to take a new way of looking at things, a new belief system, a new set of ideas. You can't keep doing the same old things over and over again and expecting a different result. But I dare you to try this for 90 days and see if there's not a difference in your life. So like I said, becoming wealthy is not a sprint, it's a marathon, and it's going to take some time. But getting out of debt is your best chance at becoming filthy stinking rich. Hey guys, I have a challenge for you. Go pick up a copy of Dave Ramsey's The Total Money Makeover and check that out. This book has this plan that has helped thousands, millions of people get out of debt, including myself, and it has all the tools that you'll need right inside. So jump on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. And I just want to thank you guys for stopping in. I want to connect with you guys, so make sure you go follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And that's all for me today. I am Brady Nichol, and this is the Game of Life. I'll see you next time.